Coming up on ONTV Update, stay tuned to see how a family moves on after the death of a father and local hero.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is ONTV Update.
Good morning and welcome to ONTV Update. Today is Friday, March 13th. I'm Allison Cox.
And I'm Andrew Murphy. According to the New York Times, the coronavirus has spread from China to places such as Iran and South Korea, but now has made its way into the U.S. It's beginning to rapidly spread to most states. The CDC has told Americans to prepare for community spread as the virus has surfaced in several more countries, including Germany, Iraq, India, and into parts of the UK. Locally, Syracuse University, as of today, has halted all on-campus classes until at least March 30th due to the fast-spreading virus. Due to the coronavirus, college campuses have been moved to online classes across New York State. This motion has either started this week or will begin next week during spring break or after.
OCC will begin online classes on March 23rd until April 10th. According to the Dean of Students, the school expects to get back to business as usual on April 13th. All college services such as the Learning Center, library, cafeteria, accessibility resources, computer labs, and the community care hub will remain open for the duration of this period. Residence halls will reopen on March 22nd. The school is limiting the number of people confined in a space, increasing cleaning and disinfectant, and are providing more services by phone or online.
The school will communicate with the students through Blackboard and your college email, so be sure to check those. The college also has a website to share resources, updates, and answers to any facts. You can go to www.sunyocc.edu/coronavirus. Losing a loved one is challenging, but losing a father in the line of duty is even more of a hardship. I went over to Homer to see how a local family is moving on. Growing up, Nick had his own problems, but when his father died, it certainly didn't make things any easier on the Bush family.
Well, as an overall person, when he was younger, he had, like his father, he had a lot of problems.
But after all that time of growth, Robert did teach Nick at least one thing.
We also built computers together. We did all sorts of things together. He taught me a little bit of how to hack, even.
Robert Bush was many things, but when it mattered most, Nick came back into his life and saw him for who he was. And when Robert realized that, he started to change for better.
With the proper help, he's come a long ways.
And by proper help, that means doing what Nick loves.
What I love to do with computers is finding out how they work, taking them apart and putting them all back together again.
I think that he can get a job and get seated into it. I think he'll have a good career in it.
Nick is taking his grandpa's advice, and he has gotten a job at the Ithaca Reuse Center. Martha and Richard move on day to day by living the best life that they can.
Spring break is coming up, but if you're an upcoming graduate, it isn't the time to forget about transferring. The Syracuse National College Fair was going to be at the SRC Arena on March 16th and 17th, but due to the coronavirus, it has been canceled with a date that's to be announced. Hundreds of colleges, universities, and their representatives were supposed to be at the arena for you to ask questions, learn more about their institution, or network. There would have also been brochures and other information about the schools that interest you for you to collect. To know more about the new date and to register, go to myncf.com. As the number of people attending colleges continues to increase, the number of diverse students will also keep rising. A support program at OCC helps these underrepresented students reach their full potential. Receiving a higher education is an opportunity some people take for granted, and for students with lower incomes, it can be a big struggle. The Education Opportunity Program helps these students go through college with extra support. Director Marcus Watts explains just some of the services they provide to help.
We provide academic support in the way of coaching and tutoring, counseling. We try to help students with their advising from semester to semester. And we try to provide them with like a home base on campus.
Former student Abir Alziadi, who now works for EOP, says this was a comfortable place to stay.
You know, being home away from home, I think everybody needs that. You know, you can't do everything by yourself. So I definitely credit them.
The EOP program helps current OCC students, but in order to be enrolled, you have to apply before you enter OCC. The EOP program is open to any high school student who thinks they have an economic disadvantage. Students must fill out a separate EOP application when applying to OCC. They have requirements that include 1 year of New York State residency and specific income guidelines. It may seem like a lengthy process, but Marcus says it's worth it.
And it provides them with specified services that can help them persist and complete their programs here.
The EOP program has made student success stories for 50 years, which students and alumni are grateful for.
There is an economic disadvantage, so the program was put in place to basically break that barrier for you, which definitely helped because I wouldn't have been able to go to SU if I didn't have their assistance.
If you think you may know someone who qualifies for the Educational Opportunity Program, contact them by email at eopoffice@sunyocc.edu for more details.
Stay tuned and see what kind of weather we can look forward to during our long spring break.
Up next, a take on how this weather affects Central New York. Could it be climate change? Stay with us to hear more. You're watching ONTV Update.
It's a great way to get started specifically for architecture and interior design. Even if you're thinking of transferring to one of the top programs in the country, getting familiar with how to design, the vocabulary, the terminology, and then you can take that knowledge onto an upper level program. And if you're looking to get a job after 2 years, I think the program prepares you as well as any program can for what you're going to experience in the real world.
Being community college, we want to represent the community that we're in, and most of our rosters are filled with students from the local community. And I think there's a lot of great institutional pride in the success our teams have seen. I'm always very careful to call our students student athletes because I really believe that that's the purpose, that they're here first and foremost to be students. And so just in our building, in the SRC Arena in Allen Hall, we do have some facilities specifically to support their academic needs.
What brought me to OCC is an opportunity to pursue a higher education and inspire other people. One of the things that I like that OCC provides not only me but the students at OCC to be successful, I would say the Learning Center. The Learning Center is a center where you could get tutoring from, and they have great tutors there. I recommend someone to come to OCC is because of all the different resources that they have.
The EMC program allowed me to learn everything that I use every day in my current career. Interviewing people for the first time, I learned here the way you act and carry yourself out in the field is very important because you're representing a company, you're representing a station. Just getting that experience here was huge because when I first started there, I saw these assignments I was getting and I realized I've done this before. It was just like a continuation from right here.
Our primary focus is teaching and students, and what we do is driven by students. Structurally, I like the environment. I like how we've set up systems for helping students. There are places that I can send you guys if you need more help, and that means a lot to me. And I like the sort of variety of what people are doing. I'm not sort of siloed into just thinking about English 24/7. I can stretch and think about different things, and I really like that.
My favorite class to teach is probably the writing scripts. I enjoy working with students on creative writing, and though I enjoy all the classes that I teach, to be honest, there's an energy that creative endeavors like writing scripts allows you to have. That energy just kind of bubbles through the whole term, and so it makes it a lot of fun.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Andrew Murphy.
And I'm Allison Cox. The weather has been pretty unpredictable this week, and Jess Clare is here to tell us about it. Hey Jess, what's coming up for spring break?
Well, Allison, according to the Weather Channel, expect some wind today with a 90% chance of rain. This morning we started out in the 50s, but we are going into a cold front this afternoon with a low of 34. Going into the weekend, expect that the sun will keep shining with some clouds and dropping into the low 20s on both days. Saturday reaches a high of 40 and Sunday drops back down to 36. Monday we bounce back up in temperature with a high of 48, but starting out the day with a low of 38. Tuesday and Wednesday keeps the high temperature going, reaching 49 and 42, with a 40% chance of rain on Tuesday, but expect some sunshine on Wednesday. Climate change is warming our winters and changing our planet. I sat down with a weather expert to tell us why he thinks this is happening. This year, the winter has been an unusual season for central New York. Meteorology professor Marty Martino has an explanation.
So the way climate change works is over a long period of time. So when we talk about one winter like this being really, really abnormally warm, you take that and then think, okay, how's that going to affect spring? How's that going to affect summer? You kind of take that from the next season perspective for that particular year.
This winter especially, with the high temperatures and less snow than what we normally have, does affect the climate.
Well, I think climate change affects the environment in a lot of different ways, not just locally. And the snow cover is really important because the snow reflects the sun's energy, keeping it from heating things up. It's something that the entire world's going to have to adjust to. It's not just humans, but it's plant life and it's the oceans and everything. But from a human perspective, the humans will adjust.
Humans are definitely adjusting to this change nicely, especially Steve Silva, student here that loves to skateboard.
The warm weather is really gnarly. It's pretty nice. I love the warm heat on my skin. It's where I'm usually most happy.
The overall winter was a lot milder. Not just locally, but for the entire United States and for the world. And a lot of that has to do with the changes in your climate.
A way to help fight climate change is by using energy wisely. Some examples of that are unplugging electronics when you're not using them, washing your clothes in cold water, or hand drying your clothes.
New York State is creating a new project called NYS Clean. It's a hand sanitizer meant to combat not only the coronavirus, but also the price inflation of other hand sanitizers. Governor Cuomo says that the NYS Clean is a superior product on the market. NYS Clean has a 75% alcohol content, which is 15% higher than the CDC minimum of 60%. The hand sanitizer does have a smell that the governor describes as a very nice floral bouquet. It will be distributed first to schools, prisons, not-for-profits, the MTA, and other government agencies before it is released to the public. 100,000 gallons will be distributed a day, even though the hand sanitizer is free to the public. Some lawmakers and activists are concerned since it is made with prison labor, and the prisoners are being paid as little as 16 cents an hour.
Up next, the lacrosse season is suspended until further notice.
And we'll see how new changes have made the OCC Intramural Basketball League the most popular activity to join on campus. We'll be right back.
Do you need help with jobs and interviews? Check out the Career Center in Coulter Hall across from the cafe in room 110. They have laptops to help with your job search that are always surrounded by helpful tips and info. On the front desk, they always have current job openings, positions, and internships available. They have a website called Purple Briefcase where you can get access to all of this 24/7. So come and get your future at the Career Center. Miss Coulter will be here to greet you.
My favorite thing about OCC is definitely the bonds that it allows you to build. I've made so many friends from the soccer team that are all excellent students as well, and I've made great friends in the nursing program. It really helps you continue on the journey because you have support wherever you go. I go to practice and I have copious amounts of support there. I wouldn't trade the memories that I've made here for anything.
When I think about OCC, I think about inclusion and just all the chances to learn about other people. One of my favorite places that I still actually hang out is definitely the Fishbowl in Moaney. The food's not bad either. What would make OCC a good choice? It was actually pretty, I believe the term is inexpensive.
Finals are coming up fast, and Coulter Library is ready. We have lots of new computers, several new study rooms, and extended hours for finals review sessions. If you're stressed about that final exam or frantically working to finish that term paper, look no further. Take advantage of our subject resources and prepare for the end of a successful semester here at Coulter Library.
I kind of fell in love with the dream and the idea of someday being on the radio.
It's your girl Breezy!
I found out about EMC, which was an absolute game changer. EMC prepared me for my career in radio and set me up to where I am now because I learned so many things that I still use today. I put myself in the best possible position for myself and my career going to OCC, the EMC department.
We sponsor 17 varsity sports at OCC, so it's 6 in the fall, 2 in the winter, and then 9 in the spring. We've had a lot of athletic success, both from a team perspective as well as the individual. We've won numerous team national championships, primarily in men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse, but also basketball and men's tennis. We can have students come here and gain more exposure than they normally would receive in high school. Hopefully there's an opportunity then to transfer on to a four-year school to continue their education and playing career.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Zach Watson. This week, OCC activities and clubs are underway, and the OCC Intramural Basketball League has become a hot commodity around campus. I had the chance to speak to 2 players who enjoy the game of basketball.
OCC Basketball Intramural League has been the headline for clubs and activities around campus. David Cousin, a new player to the league on OCC Elite, talks about what made him join and how the league experience has been so far after a couple of games into the season.
My love for the game, just love playing basketball, just always love playing, so why not?
David Cousin, a former OCC basketball player, took a year off for his studies, but still wanted to enjoy playing the game of basketball on the side.
League experience has been good, with good competition. My team's going on right now, best team in the league. So.
This is the Allen Hall, where games for the intramural leagues are played on Monday and Wednesday from 8 to 10:15.
Alan Wilms, the OCC Elite team captain, talks about the changes that have happened to the league and expectations he has for his team this year.
One of the biggest changes has, I wish there would be more people allowed to come in and watch us all play, but stuff happened where they don't allow that no more. So that's one of the biggest changes, I'd say.
Alan Wilms says that the Intramural League is a great way for competitors to stay in shape and play basketball with a bunch of good friends, and gives an opportunity for people to branch out and play with others who didn't make the OCC team.
As the league continues to expand, OCC hopes to provide jerseys for each team. The lacrosse team began the 2020 season as they look to repeat a national title run in the NCAA. This week, OCC faced a familiar rival, Nassau Community College, a rematch from the 2019 National Championship, where Onondaga was crowned as champions. The Lasers lost a tough road game this past Saturday. 18-4 was the final score as the 2019 champs dug a hole for themselves early and weren't able to climb out. Nassau scored 10 goals, the OCC's 1 in the first half. Ryan Smith currently leads the team with points with 13 on the season. On the other hand, Nassau took care of Anne Arundel Community College, winning 14-4, as Jake Pusey leads the team with a total of 14 points. But unfortunately, OCC and surrounding community college lacrosse seasons were suspended, along with other spring sports due to the coronavirus. Over the past couple of days, schools across the country have suspended their sports activities due to the coronavirus. Along with OCC, the NBA, college basketball, and MLB have suspended their seasons.
Sophomores on all spring sports teams have potentially played their last game.
We wish them the best of luck. Thanks, Zach. Coming up, we take a look at a group that is made up of all men of color and what they're doing to get their word out to the community.
We will learn what the extraordinary men of distinction have to offer and what they're doing. You're watching ONTV Update.
Explore the possibilities and reach your full potential with Phi Theta Kappa, the official honor society for two-year colleges. To be invited, you need at least 12 completed OCC credit hours and a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. Once you're in, you'll have access to scholarship, service, fellowship, and leadership opportunities. Come to the PTK and Honors Program Suite at Coulter Hall to learn more. A whole world of opportunities is waiting for you. What are you waiting for?
The OCC campus is a great starting place to further your academics for a cheap price. OCC is always looking for ways to make the place look better, and they're always adding new stuff onto campus. The OCC campus has great parking accommodations if you have a car. The OCC campus is a lot larger than I imagined. It has a lot of buildings off campus as well as on campus. I very much enjoy my time here because I've met a bunch of people that I wouldn't think I'll ever meet.
Everybody like on the edge of their seats yelling. People want to see you do good. People actually coming out to watch me play. So it definitely give me an incentive to play hard, get some buckets. I guess it's one of the top JUCOs in the country. This is a good program to get your name out there. I like to go by like the sky is the limit. Like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I didn't really know I was gonna break a record. I just kind of figured like if I was to put all in the work in, you could do anything that you put your mind to. If you're gonna work hard or something, just give it your all.
Because we're a two-year school, you're going to play right away. As a freshman, you're going to get pretty good parts, and as a sophomore, you're going to have all the best stuff. We have a lot of non-majors involved, and they can play in ensembles, they can take lessons, they can take music classes. They really could do all the music major things. There are no barriers to that. We have great equipment, we have great facilities. It's a lot of fun to be here. There's a lot of energy, and we do a lot of performing, which makes everybody kind of energetic and working towards those goals together, and it makes it a lot of fun.
My classes aren't too bad. As a business major, they're kind of difficult, so I can always come here and get some help, or if I have any questions about my student profile or anything about that, there's always help here. They took me through like the list of options of courses that I could choose, and I picked the best ones that I think were suited for me. Honestly, without OCC and the help of the Student Center, I just wouldn't really be where I am today.
I went to college with the idea that I was going to take Ryan Seacrest's job. Through my time at OCC, I was able to learn, you know what, my skill set more realistically lends to marketing and customer relations. And that really gave me a direction of where it is that I should go professionally. The benefit of having a smaller class size is that I get one-on-one attention from my professor. And that's one of the things that I loved about having those smaller classes. I'm very glad that I learned my professionalism in the area where I am practicing professionally.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Andrew Murphy.
And I'm Allison Cox. There's a small group on the OCC campus that's focusing on showing men of color in a positive way.
ONTV Update's Colin Manwaring shows us what they are all about.
Every Monday at College Hour, a group meets to talk about what they can do to bring OCC together. They are known as the Extraordinary Men of Distinction. They focus on trying to show men of color in a different light. All members take part in Well Dressed Wednesday, where they're all required to wear a shirt and tie and look presentable for the public. But group advisor Jerron Mortimer says it's not just about looking good.
It gives the campus an opportunity to see men of color in a different atmosphere, and then it asks questions like, why are you all dressed up? That becomes a talking point to talk about the Extraordinary Men of Distinction program, to talk about future campus events coming up, and then to influence other people to get involved with the movement.
The Extraordinary Men of Distinction, also known as EMD, plan events, travel to various conferences, and the members talk with OCC officials to see what events they can plan. Isaac Mamambo, the ambassador of MED, feels like being a part of the group is a perfect fit for him.
I saw the things that they were doing and the fact that I do like to be in leadership positions and I do like to interact with people and have an influence, so I thought it would be a perfect match.
Isaac and the others all take part in letting the campus know what their team has been up to in recent weeks as well. The Extraordinary Men of Distinction meet here every single Wednesday in the Whitney building to spread their word and to recruit more people. The members learn different ways to present themselves in a positive way, along with gaining leadership skills. Duran hopes that his guys take those skills to the next level.
My ultimate goal for them is to see that they continue with the leadership skill set that they've developed here. If that's going to other colleges and becoming members of their society, either in leadership roles or positions, and or going into the career field.
It's only the second semester for MED, and so far the campus upbringing has been nothing but great. Duran hopes for this group to be carried on for years to come. From Onondaga Community College, I'm Colin Manwaring, ONTV Update.
If you'd like to get involved in events with the Extraordinary Men of Distinction, you can email Duran at j.m.mortimer@sunyocc.edu or visit him at the Residence Life Office in the Gordon Student Center.
Even with the statewide closings of colleges and universities due to the coronavirus, Not Again SU protesters are continuing to occupy the Krause-Heinz Hall on Syracuse University's campus. They plan to keep protesting until all demands are met. Today will be their 26th occupation. If you wish to sit overnight with the protesters, you can. Just make sure you are there by 8:30 p.m. For more information on the group, their demands, and future events, you can follow them at notagain.su on Instagram.
As of right now, all public events are being canceled, but we hope that the New York State Fair will be up and running events very soon. However, according to nysfair.ny.gov, the 2020 New York State Fair's ticket prices will be at their lowest since 1990, with the online pre-sale tickets being only $3 and just $5 at the gate. The nation's oldest state fair's attendance has grown an astonishing 46% in just the past 4 years alone. We will have to see if this upcoming year will bring any more visitors with these price reductions. Jess Clary is back with us to talk about the upcoming weather for this weekend. How's it going to look for the start of spring break?
Well, Andrew, for the beginning of spring break, we started today really warm in the 50s and are going to reach a low of 35 later today. Heading into the weekend for both days, we start out with some sun and lows hitting the mid-20s. But midday, we reach a high of 40 for Saturday and a high of 36 for Sunday.
That's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching. I'm Andrew Murphy.
And I'm Allison Cox. Check the OCC Electronic Media Communications Facebook page for updates on the next few weeks' show. Remember to wash your hands, stay safe, and have a good rest of your day. And we hope to see you after spring break.